Hello, I'm Dr. Sandra Ackerman Sinclair with CAPS, Counseling and Psychological Services at Seton Hall, and today I'm here to talk to you about the importance and impact of how we communicate. Think for just a moment, how many of you prefer texting versus voice-to-voice communication, or rather in-person communication? While you think about that answer, let me share with you a few statistics. OneReach.com reports, texting is the most widely used and frequently used app on a smartphone, with 97% of Americans using it at least once a day. 90% of all text messages are read in under 3 minutes. The average adult spends a total of 23 hours a week texting. The average millennial exchanges an average of 67 text messages per day. And on average, Americans exchange twice as many texts as they do calls. So basically, we're texting all of the time and doing it rather quickly. What happens when we use texting to communicate about our emotions? Recent research has compared what happens in our bodies when we decide to text about emotional problems to communicate by talking on the phone or by communicating face-to-face, or by no communication at all. You might be surprised to learn that those who had actual voice-to-voice communication, who heard the sound of their confidant's voice, had lower levels of cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone, and higher levels of oxytocin, known as the love hormone, or also a hormone responsible for bonding and overall well-being. If you think about it, when talking on the phone, we feel comforted by the sound of a familiar voice and can react to the tone of someone's speech. When talking in person, we can see nonverbals that convey compassion and understanding. When texting, these nonverbals get lost. On the other hand, hormone levels of those who chose texting was on par with those who had no communication at all. Those who only used instant message or text released no oxytocin, that good-feeling hormone, and showed high levels of cortisol. In sum, texting does not replace the feel-good effects that we get from talking. While texting is often the quickest, easiest, or most convenient way to communicate, it might not be the best way to work through an emotional problem. When thinking about how to support yourself or how to support others, we recommend the following. If you are struggling with feeling down, struggling to make a difficult decision, healing from a breakup or disagreement with a friend, or any other emotionally charged struggle, choose to pick up your phone and call someone, or make plans to see someone face-to-face to talk it through. If you are on the receiving end of a text from a friend that seems to be struggling or having a hard time, ask them to meet up, plan a time to get together so you can talk in person. Here are some scenarios that you might come across. Think, would I text or would I talk? Scenario number 1, coordinating a social event for the weekend among friends. Would it be better to reach out by phone or by text, or some other app like WhatsApp or GroupMe? This is a situation where either might work. Consider this. What if someone's feelings about the plans isn't being considered? How would you know? Scenario number 2, communicating to your roommate about, let's say, how late they stay out, or to your romantic partner about something that's not going right in the relationship. The answer? Probably best to do this either talking on the phone or in person, face-to-face. So much gets lost through typing. Also, you might type something emotionally charged and be left hanging if the person on the other end of the phone had to either step away or wasn't going to respond right away. I know that might leave me feeling a little bit more upset. Scenario number 3, letting a professor know you're running late. The answer? Probably emailing or texting is just fine. But remember, best to give your professors as much advance notice as you can when running late, or if you're not going to be able to make it to class. Scenario number 4, wishing a friend good luck on their exam. Answer, again, probably cool to do this by phone or by text, but I know I wouldn't turn away some good feelings, a little rise in oxytocin, just before a test. Obviously, there isn't always a clear answer to each of these scenarios, but use your judgment. If emotions seem to be more troubling, then opt for that face-to-face or voice-to-voice contact. One last thing to consider, the human brain is not fully developed until 25 years of age. MIT psychologist Sherry Turkle points out that having a conversation with another person teaches young people to have, in effect, a conversation with themselves, to think and to reason and to self-reflect. These are skills that are essential to our social and emotional development. Try to push past anxiety, inconvenience, and whatever else might be standing in your way and choose talking over texting to help yourself and to help those you care about. We hope this What's Up Doc was helpful, and remember, CAPS is only a visit or a phone call away.